Hey friends, it's Dina with Forever Free with EFT, and we're going to try EFT Car Edition because life happens and oftentimes we're driving here and driving there, and yet we still feel dysregulated or emotional, or something comes up, something happens, and what do we do? Now, I'm not driving, so don't think that I'm overly distracted in terms of doing my tapping, although I have tapped in the car plenty of times. So what that would look like is I would just be sitting here, I'm driving, I'm paying attention, and I do kind of go through the points to the degree that I can. Or sometimes I'll just press and hold and take that deep breath, and think what I need to think, say what I need to say out loud if I can, if I'm not hauling around a car full of people or all my kids, although sometimes with my kids they know that car cuts you off and you get that adrenaline spike, and I tend to go right here to calm that kind of rushed feeling that you have. But what I wanted to share about today is sort of disconnecting from somebody else's emotion. So I'm a mom of 3, and my youngest has had some dental work done, some significant dental work. He's having some palate expanders put in his mouth, and so it's painful and it's rubbing and all the things, and so there was a lot of stress and distress. And as a mom, when your kid's upset and they're crying and they're hurting, and then they say they can't eat and they're having trouble swallowing and all these things, you kind of take on the energy that they're putting out. And so he's all distressed, so then I become distressed. And so I had to dysregulate myself. I had to disconnect in a healthy way so that I could respond to his needs and not react to his needs, because I felt like I was in reaction mode, like, okay, what are we gonna do? And I'm sorry that this is hurting you. And he's like saying the same things over and over, and it's like, I know you've said that many, many times. So I just got in a moment where I just knew I needed to separate kind of his distress and stress energy from my own, so that I could better respond to him and try to meet his needs. So I didn't do even though. So I'm just going to go through what I did so that you can see how this could look for you if you start taking on the energy of the room, your coworkers, your friends, your family, your children, your husband, who are maybe in greater distress than you are, and you were actually like thinking, I'm fine, I'm okay. Like, my day started fine. I had a lot that I wanted to do, but I felt like I was in a good place. So I just started tapping. Always take that deep breath in. And I just had to say, it's not me that's having all the stress or the distress. Those are not my emotions. I don't need to own them. I can see those emotions and I can acknowledge those emotions, but I don't need to equally feel those feelings. I can let go of that energy of stress and distress, and I can just have my own feelings, my own emotional energy, and I can sit and be comfortable in my energy and not take on his energy. Those emotions are not my emotions. That distress is not my distress. I can separate how I'm feeling from what he's feeling, and I can respond instead of react. It's okay for me to not match his emotional energy, because I actually need to stay calm for him and for myself so that I can best meet his needs. So my emotional energy is my own. I don't need to own anyone else's emotions. I can sit with my own, I can check in with myself and be fine just where I am. I can choose to have my emotions and not step in to somebody else's emotions or their energy. Sorry, there's like some kind of insect thing flying around in my car too. I can choose to respond instead of react to his emotional energy. My energy does not need to match his, be as stressed as his, or be as reactive as his. I'm not in pain. I'm not where he is emotionally. I can stay safe in my own emotions and not take on the stress of the emotional energy around me. I am safe in my own emotional space, and I don't need to take on the emotional energy around me. I am safe, and I can stay in my own emotions and not take on the emotional energy around me. So just for keeping this on the shorter side, I'm going to stop there. But you could talk through and play out as much of the other person's emotional distress as you need to. And even if you did it in, say, I did this at home in my kitchen and that child was nearby me, it probably also counts as surrogate tapping, which we can do for our children. We can say, it's his pain. He's feeling pain. He's feeling stressed out about what's going on in his mouth. He's having a hard time knowing what to do for himself and how to get his needs met and to express his emotions. And I am free to stay calm and be safe for him to come to so that I can respond and not react. I don't need to match his tone of voice or his emotions. I can stay in my calm and safe place and space and respond instead of react. I can choose to remain calm because it's not my pain and it's not my emotions and it's not my stress to carry. I'm grateful that I'm calm and I can respond instead of react. Practice it, try it out, and see if you find yourself forever free.